What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Game Over Greggy Show. I am one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the producer/seducer, Nick Scarpino.
You have some cold hands, Greg.
I'm wearing your shirt. Winter has come.
I'd like to warm you up.
Fall has come.
It has. It's nice outside, right? What are you doing?
What
are you doing?
I warm up my hands by putting them in my armpits. I thought I just put them in yours.
No, you put them underneath my butt. That's how you have to warm them up. There you go. Get in there.
Winter has come, fall has
Get
come,
in there.
and someone apparently came on Kevin's shirt before.
Your armpits are weird.
Let's please bring attention to Kevin's shirt.
So that's the Pure One Tim Gettys.
Hi.
This is, of course, the Pride of Long Island, Colin Moriarty. The other week, Kevin, just a proud little papa, puts up on Instagram and Twitter that he went to the comic book store and he bought these two shirts. He got a new Superman shirt, a new Batman shirt. He wore them last week. I complimented him on them. Did I compliment you on them, Kevin? I complimented on him, and I was like, hey, nice shirts. I'm glad you got some new shirts, some new graffiti design shirts. That's how you know they're from a real comic store. Today, he came late because he had a thing, and he had to change when he came back from it.
He had a thing.
He had a good excuse. Somebody's dead. Came back from his funeral, changed out of his suit, which you look dashing in, of course. And then he puts on the Batman shirt, starts going to work, and then we cross paths in the kitchen. And I did one of these pass-throughs, and all over his back looks like cum. And if you're a guy, you know what this looks like. You've had a T-shirt or 2,000 that have fallen to this before. And he claims it's not. And I'm not smelling the shirt.
Does it smell like cum?
Oh, my God.
Cum's got a smell.
Oh, it definitely does.
It definitely does.
It has a lot of things.
It does. It has a lot of things.
Apparently, you know what? I'm not even going to go down that road. Never mind. Let's continue with the show.
I feel like it's more likely that it was donut on his back
Glaze?
than cum. Yeah.
Well, I like
It was
it.
that. It looked like, at first I thought it was bleach. I thought he had ruined it already.
It's Kevin. You know how Kevin sometimes... Here's the thing about Kevin. We make fun of him a lot for falling down and breaking shit. He actually doesn't ever break anything and or fall down. He does fall into things, though. And he brushes up against things in a very aggressive, some might say violent way.
Oh, he brushed up against a glazed donut.
I feel like he brushed up against a donut shop. He's just like having it with
The
him.
whole shop.
The whole
Did you
shop.
eat donuts at all today or yesterday? Did you have any birthday cake?
No.
Cupcakes. Was there a cupcake at the funeral?
What's the red and or brown stuff on your leg? What is wrong with you?
On the right side of your thigh, it looks like you
Where your hand
Rotate.
is.
Yeah, right
looks
there.
like you got in a fight with a jar of peanut butter.
We got
scratch
ants.
it off
We
onto
got
the floor.
ants. Don't just...
Oh my
Okay,
God! So here's
okay.
the problem with Kevin, and this is a little graphic for the people at home.
We opened with he's covered in cum.
Well,
So I don't know.
yeah,
I mean,
like on that point, the thing
not
with
too
Kevin
far
is
away.
everything he does is excessive and forceful.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine how he ejaculates, being the very same way. Like, I imagine it being so intense that like, how did it get on his back is not the first question I would have. I'd be like,
ricocheting.
all right, fair enough. I can imagine that it ricochets. Like, oh, Kevin.
Pow! Ball is off the bed.
Kevin, you ever had any cum ricochet before?
Oh yeah, I mean ricochet once in a while.
Yeah. Off of what?
What's around? Wow.
He's beginning
It's
a
going
good
to be a
show.
good show.
If you didn't know, this is the Game Over Greggy Show. Each and every week, 4, sometimes 5 best friends gather on this table. Each bring a random topic of discussion for your amusement. If you like that, head over to patreon.com/kindafunny and toss us a few bucks so you can get each and every episode early, along with a whole bunch of exclusives. Don't have any bucks to toss our way? It's no big deal. Head over to youtube.com/kindafunny, where we post the entire show, topic by topic, day by day, until we post it as one big MP3 and video. Go to itunes.com/kindafunny. Please rate the show there.
You guys are doing a great job.
It makes Tim very
yeah.
happy.
People have been going, leaving reviews, tweeting at me.
Yeah.
I like that shit.
Good. Ooh,
Y'all some
you
good
like that shit?
motherfuckers.
And reward yourself with a slow jerk when you're done.
Yeah.
But please,
Or during.
be aware, like have some kind of thing set up so the ricochets aren't this
Be
bad.
careful.
Because there's ting, 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 ting,
Yeah.
ting.
If it's really that big of a deal, Kevin will ship you one of his oversized shirts, and you can just catch them.
Why are they so big? They're so big, and every tweet, like, I didn't want to
He's
give him shit,
barrel-chested.
but I'm going to. Like, of course, that tweet about the shirts had grammar mistakes and spelling mistakes. And Kevin, you need to get your life.
I still like
together, man.
Kevin's on Twitter. His description is like, Tim tells me it's important to let you know that this is the real Kevin. Which is so good. That's a good one. I'm trying to tell you like what I'm doing and who I am, and it's Kevin just like I'm the
real Kevin.
Someone named Tim
Yeah.
told me to tell you that I'm Kevin.
Your two Twitter profiles could not be polar opposites. Could not be more opposite. You've got like this really good like who you are with this amazing like iconography, and Kevin is a picture of him laying on a bed, looking like he's about to write a love letter to his 6th grade teacher.
Sums it up well.
There it is.
That's very well done.
What's with the fucking plushie doll?
I was at Hunter's house.
Your
Is that Hunter Pence's bed?
Yeah.
Jesus, Kevin.
That's Kevin.
the picture you tweeted out though, Nick, this week I retweeted this weekend of Kevin's bed in the middle of the two beds. This is probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen before.
I didn't see it. What was it?
It's like a prison.
Between their two beds,
Yeah.
I had to put down an inflatable bed because Nick can't sleep with anyone else in the room.
Yeah, I did like that. We sent
show it to
4
you
of
right
you to
now.
LA to do work, and there was 2 hotel rooms, and Nick took one all by himself.
Nick's used to sleeping with me.
I did. Exactly.
Let me see. Kevin, you got to insert this photo now. Start taking notes. Oh, I know it's so.
Oh, you're hard. We'd pay you money, and you have to work. I know it's so bad.
I didn't come into
I
work
draw-
till 1:30 today.
I draw-
my life is so hard.
I draw a salary well above the median salary in the United States to edit videos. Kevin, take your notes.
Oh, I make so much money. I can buy new shirts and come in them a day later. Not even using the old rag shirts like a normal person.
Oh, God.
I like how you were doing the oh my life.
Oh, my life is so hard. I worked for 2 hours today.
Oh, I worked for 2 hours.
What is that?
This is Cheryl's mom.
So for those at home that didn't get the reference,
She's come up before.
No, I
That's
know.
happened once or twice. We're gonna start with my topic.
Okay.
And this is a good way to segue in with all the the inside jokes, because this is a reference. I had some other topic planned. I shelved it because you got all of my face outside out
I
there.
didn't get up in your grill.
You came on your face.
If everything's gone according to plan, we've put up a Twitter pic with me eating Cinnamon Toast Crunch in bed, taking with a selfie spoon, and Colin's there not too pleased that I'm in his bed getting sugar all over, which I did, and I'm sorry about that.
Oh, that's great. I'm sure you're really
And you
sorry.
hate selfie sticks, of course, too.
Yeah.
Now,
Don't be surprised if that thing
what this
disappears.
comes down to is we were getting ready to shoot this photo. I was talking about the Cinnamon Toast Crunch there, and how Kevin's like, "Can I have it?" Pretty much. What's going to happen to it afterwards? I'm like, "You can take it. I don't eat cereal. I don't really appreciate cereal that much." And I'm like, "Just for this, I'm going to put it in a bowl, but I won't put milk in it because I eat my cereal dry." And then you wanted to pick a fight about it. You wanted to get all up my face, and then 10 minutes later, you ate it dry.
That's a fight worth having.
Now, but eating the cereal dry is a snack. You put milk in it, it's a meal.
No,
And that's how it goes.
that's how it
accurate.
goes.
Do you
Now-
think that the Ewok meme? Do you think the Ewok meme really was talking about bowls of cereal?
Bite the
without milk
pillow,
in
I'm
them?
going in dry. If I bite the pillow, how do I eat the cereal? No, but like
The Ewoks
Anally.
eating the cereal.
see, that was the thing
Fool.
for the longest time, is that I couldn't eat the cereal. I didn't enjoy cereal in the milk, because you know how I am about liquids and solids. Can't do it. Won't do it.
You know how I am about liquids and
No,
solids.
I
The
don't.
Greg Miller
I
shit.
Anything
I
that
do.
looks like diarrhea or vomit, I can't do. Somebody's like, "How about some jambalaya, some gumbo?" I'm like, "You can get the fuck out of here." Because that came out of
you're a
one of your
weirdo.
orifices into a bowl, and now you want
So
me
you
to
can't
eat
do
it.
chili.
No,
Oh my
I
God,
won't
you
do
poor
chili.
son of a
Doesn't like the
bitch.
beans.
What about
I hate
what about a
beans as well.
minestrone soup?
No, I can do once in a while a chicken noodle, and I can do a clam chowder.
That's
to
weird,
make-
'cause clam chowder
Clam
is
chowder
like-
is like
it
the
looks like
number
vomit.
one most chunky. Is it liquid? Is it solid?
Clam chowder does look like vomit. It
no,
looks like vomit.
no. Pea soup looks like vomit, and then all the
Pea
brown,
soup's good.
everything that's brown looks like shit. So like you got this white stuff. I got this white stuff. As long as it's not on the back of Kevin's shirt, I'm fine eating it.
Kevin, did you rub up against the clam chowder restaurant? Okay, so we're gonna get to the bottom of this.
Shout out to
we're
pea
gonna know
soup,
what it
by the
is.
way, with a little bit of jambon in it. That's ham.
That's
and
ham.
Fran-
French,
and
that's
French.
French. Yeah, it's French ham
Oh.
I like pea soup.
The thing about the clam chowder though is I like it because it's like the lights are on. I can tell you what's in it. I can identify the shapes.
Take notes, Nick.
So
Take
this
notes.
is-
God,
so
this
so
is like
this
one of
is-
those speechless moments where I'm like, what goes through your head that makes that okay?
It's so good. It's so good. Kevin, take notes, please, for the documentary.
Cereal is so perfect in the way that when it's dry, it's just the flavor profiles there. What I used to do when I had a car and I drove to the newspaper every day, I'd wake up in those Shakespeare's cups I always drink out of, fill it to the brim with Fruity Pebbles, then get in the car, drive the
Pebbles.
5 minutes to work, and then just toss the cup on the bottom of the floor of my car and go into the newspaper. Then eventually bring out all these goddamn Shakespeare's cups that were caked in Fruity Pebbles. But it was delicious. And the other cool thing about it, this is one of those things that
the other cool thing, which
The
implies
other
there was
cool thing
cool
about-
thing number
yeah, okay.
one.
All right, so that was cool thing number one. Cool thing
Hey,
number two.
you can't eat your cereal on the road. I could.
You
all
have a
right?
thing with doing
is
discarding cups full of things.
Now here's the one thing not many people tell you about this trick of eating the dry cereal.
Right.
The cool thing about it, the other cool thing is you get to pretend you're a horse.
Eating out of a trough?
I'm a grown man.
Out of a feed
and
bag.
every time I do it, I think I'm like a horse right now.
He did it earlier today. Oh, I'll explain.
What
I'll
about
explain.
this is horse-like?
I'll explain. I look over. We're having this conversation earlier where I was like, I'm still shocked that Greg is waging a one-man war against milk. And then I look over to him, and as he's talking to me, he takes this giant Shakespeare's cup
And now the best
just
thing-
puts his fucking face in it and starts eating it. Doesn't tip it. Just does what a horse does and just starts eating out of the feed bag as he's talking to me. And normal. Perfectly normal.
Now, the thing
This
about
is
the
nothing
Shakespeare's cups,
abnormal
of course,
about
is
this.
that they're malleable too. So once you get past that top layer that you can eat like a horse, you can pinch it in, and then you got the perfect
Yo,
thing to go right there.
suckable,
Yeah. Like you saw me trying to eat with a spoon in your bed. I dropped pieces in there, but with a cup, I wouldn't have dropped anything. I would have just been fucking in there. You know what I'm saying?
I eat chips that way, like with a bag of chips, because I don't like getting my fingers
Sure,
all,
sure.
you know, especially the Flamin' Hot Cheetos. I like taking the bag and just kind of,
Yep. See, this is the thing. I'll tell you right now.
Or 2 bags.
yeah.
Right now,
did you-
97% of the viewing listening audience is not using cups to their full potential. Because I want some almonds, some raisins. I put them motherfuckers in cups too. Now sometimes
But you don't like eating with your hands.
well, yeah, because I'm gaming, I'm touching. That's how I don't get sick at conventions. You got to just
Right.
go straight to it.
Right.
You get like
You always go straight to it, right?
yeah, just straight to it. But if you get the raisins, then you got the raisin residue on there. You don't want that. Nobody wants that. You dump them in there. Then you can even get a trail mix. I've done it where I mix up the almonds. This is another thing I did. There's another cool tip for cups.
Cool tip number
Cool
3.
tips for cups. I put some raisins in there. I put some almonds in there.
Yeah.
And then here's where it gets crazy, everybody.
Yeah.
Open up a few fun-sized mounds. Toss the mounds in there.
Mounds.
And I'm just playing video games, eating a coffee cup full of raisins, mounds, and almonds. It was great.
Do you shake up the cup so that the
Yeah,
mounds
you mix
mix
it up.
in?
Well, the thing about they call them fun size, and they are fun size. But when you're putting them in a coffee cup, they got nowhere to go.
Yeah.
So they were kind of like the first thing you ate.
It's
It was
just
more
a
like
cup of mounds.
It was more like a layer cake at that point for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Greg loves
That's all
mounds,
right.
man. You should have seen in San Diego. They bought at Sony San Diego. They bought us a bag of mounds. Greg really, because I don't eat chocolate. And Greg during Colin and Greg Live ate literally 10 to 15 of them, maybe.
Mounds are the ones
I
sans almonds.
want to be like, you gotta. At some point, I want to be like, we know these people, but we don't know them like this. You
see, that's when it's the most fun,
reel
though.
it in a
They
little
knew
bit.
they had got the memo that mounds make my mind go mad.
But I mean, but more than that,
I
I
was,
think
like,
that's how
delirious.
Greg Miller does things, though. Like Greg Miller, they don't know him now. They do. They'll never fucking forget that shit.
I mean,
I've seen you do it so many times. We're just with people that don't really know you, and then you just go crazy. You just like it.
you gotta let them know. You gotta get them in there.
It's good.
Unleash the tendrils so they're part of the family. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I was with you.
Not really.
Yeah.
Can you explain that a little more?
Like think of it like this. Think of it like this. 97% of the time, right? We're all walking around with our cloaks on.
Yeah.
Like we look like normal people.
Yeah,
But then you just get there and
wear
you
clothes.
throw open the cloak and it's all tendrils and you wrap them around people and then people know.
Sounds
People
like Japanese
know.
porn to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where the tendrils go, that's up to you. You know, no, or the tendril, I guess actually.
That
But this is
It's
like
so you have
cereal.
one tendril.
The thing that kills me about you is that you could just use, say, a Ziploc bag, but you chose to use a cup
For what? Wait, what could I use the Ziploc bag for?
to store the cereal when you were driving the car. I guess you can't pour it into your
What are you talking
mouth
about? Yeah,
then.
you can, no,
mean,
you're totally
you
missing the
can.
point. I wasn't trying to store things in my car. I was trying to consume things in my car in the most.
Now, what if I got you one of those big boba straws that you
Horse-like
could just suck
way.
the Fruity Pebbles up with? Would that be something that would interest
That
you?
seems like I'd inhale one and that would go bad.
Okay.
Because remember, they're not. And this is the problem. The best part about it is that they stay nice and crisp, the way God intended them.
It's
the way
kinda-
the good people at General Mills intended them to be. So when you put milk in there, if you can eat really fast, you're fine. But you always get to the end and you just got these like limp fucking turds. Like
Yeah, but
it
you're
looks
also
like when
not
your
getting
it
the-
looks like when your cat would put its cat food into the water by accident and like the piece then like
Ugh,
inflates
that
up
is
and gets all disgusting.
And you're like, eat that. And the cat's like,
Yeah, but I mean,
fucking eat
oh,
it.
like
the
cereal,
water.
that's kind of the point. Like cereal, I love it because there's so many different ways to enjoy it. They're all enjoyable. I love the snack version of it, like the eating it without milk. I'm totally down for it. But
Yeah.
like Nick was saying earlier, that's not a meal. That's just a snack. That might as well just be like chips. You know, like you're just like, that's like Pringles. You're just eating the Pringles.
Yeah.
But for the meal, you need the milk. I think you need
You just
a lot
drink
of
some
milk.
water
You're
and then
missing
it's the same.
You're missing the power of the
No,
3-act
no,
structure
it's
with
not.
cereal, though.
When I was young, I ran out of milk one
Yeah.
time, and
Beer? You
I
used beer?
thought they were interchangeable.
They weren't.
And I poured water in, I poured the cereal in. I learned.
No,
What, you
'cause-
did that order? Before
It's all right.
I convinced myself otherwise, before I realized I hate this and don't have to do this, I'd take the berry kicks and pour the berry kicks and then the milk.
Oh yeah, sorry.
what you do.
That's what you do.
Just, he just did
said
an
it backwards.
alternate
I didn't say
order,
it
all right?
backwards.
No one does
But yeah,
that.
no, the water. Yeah, if anyone does that, I'm sorry.
You do that when you're putting the second or third helping in.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing about the 3-act structure. I know exactly what you're going to say.
Exactly. Thank you.
I don't go down the third act. I don't do the milk. I, like
You don't do the third act? That's the best part.
I
That's
throw the milk
climax.
out. I throw the milk
It's
out.
kind of nasty, but it's amazing. It's a nasty idea, but it's fucking awesome.
I don't
Because
need
you
it.
look at it and you start seeing all the like weird ass like sugar residue stuff, and you're like, that really looks unhealthy. And like that's
It's just
never
sugar
stopped
milk.
me ever.
Let me draw a picture for you.
Yeah, paint it for me.
He's drawn.
The milk for the cereal to me is like ketchup on a burger. You don't really taste the ketchup. You just like that it's there and it provides a little bit of moisture on the burger and a little bit of lubrication.
moist.
Yeah,
It's
for
the
your
same thing with the
throat.
milk. Like I put milk in my cereal. I like, whatever, sometimes I go down, a little Lucky Charms, sometimes a little Honey Bunches of Oats with almonds. Although they're really being a little scarce with the almonds.
Well, you drought.
But that's a good point. That's a really good point. But then when so I have the milk there to make it wet because I like it when it's wet, right?
Everything's better wet.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then I just throw the milk out. But if I'm gonna have another helping, then I'll put more cereal into it. But I never drink the milk. I don't think I've ever
You're definitely
in
missing
31 years ever drank the milk out of the bowl.
The milk
Interesting.
experience afterwards
Interesting.
is like such a special experience, and like it really kind of defines what the cereal is, the quality of the cereal. I think like you look at like Frosted Flakes, and I think Frosted Flakes definitely get a higher rating than I would normally give them because of what they do to the milk afterwards. I'm like, this is something
but then-
special.
But then
You
they
get
get all wet and they all get into like it's just that malleable ball then of cornflake.
Yeah, but that's
Gotta eat it
why
quick.
you need to eat it quick. There is a structure to cereal.
God
you
forbid
take the
we
cereal,
take a page out of the Parisian handbook and enjoy our meals and conversation. I can't talk to you right now, honey. I'm about to get what looks like fucking wet paper in here. Like when you had to go on outdoor ed and they were like, hey, tear up some leaves and press them into paper. And you're like, this is fucking stupid.
But they're not bad though. Like even when it's soggy, it's just a different experience. Like I like it. I don't like it when they're too crunchy. I want to make sure before I eat
Because it hurts the roof of your mouth.
So you pour the cereal in, then
Makes
you
it
pour
tough.
the milk in, then you do the thing with the spoon to make sure you kind of like submerge
gotta ma-
all of
yeah,
it.
you gotta get
You got to
it
make
up.
sure
Yeah,
that
yeah,
all the
yeah.
Titanic sink.
Yeah.
Then you get ready, you eat it a bit, you're excited about it. Then you pull the cereal box, you start reading that shit because they always have the fun little games and stuff. And I don't care how old I get, I'm still gonna do all the damn games. Make sure that I get all of that shit done, unless I'm eating some bullshit like some grown up cereal.
Or like
Like,
healthy shit, like
Raisin
Kashi.
Bran.
Raisin Bran, right?
Grape nuts.
Kashi go
honey
lean.
nuts, all that stuff. Like we're just looking at stuff, and I'm reading all these nutrition facts, but I'm still reading it. I will not. It's not eating cereal unless I read every single word on that box.
Nutritional facts on the back of a box of cereal is an interesting thing.
Yeah, you find out it's terrible for you.
Well,
the
they
best is always
always-
like when they'd be like at the end of the commercial, like it's part of this complete breakfast. And you're like, wait a second, pause it. Like there's cantaloupe, there's eggs,
Yeah.
there's bacon. That's a complete breakfast without the cereal.
Yeah, we don't need
I
the
don't even
cereal.
need the
I
cereal.
always love that. I'm like, who eats breakfast like this?
Yeah.
This is insane.
No.
This is a fucking insane breakfast. No wonder we're all
Parisians.
obese. You know?
It's a 7,000 calorie breakfast.
I don't know. There's at least 4,500 calories on that table right now for that one person. Toast, buttered toast,
Yeah.
a glass of orange juice, and a glass of milk.
Yeah, I love
I'm like,
that.
can you get can you stop? No one eats like this. No one.
But they have to tell you that because otherwise the cereal has zero
Yeah,
nutritional
they just
value
drop
for you.
they just drop the ball and it like hits the table like here's this piece of shit, and then the commercial just ends.
Eating wet cereal is like throwing up in reverse.
No, Greg, it's not.
Just letting you know.
But I
Just
will.
letting you know.
I will agree with you on the cornflake, right? Because inevitably, when you're going to go in for the milk, you got to skim the pool, right? You got to make sure all the shitty leafy flake. Because I don't like the cornflake because it gets too soft too quick.
See, I love the cornflake taste when it's just the cornflake.
That's fine. I'm not criticizing you for eating it dry. I love dry cereal.
Okay.
I'll take down a whole box of dry cereal.
We
Yeah,
were
me
going
too.
to town
On
that
Sunday.
Stillway Toast Crunch out
I
there.
was. It was fantastic. And this is the disgusting thing that I shared only with Colin, but I will now share with you guys. There was a bunch of Cinnamon Toast Crunch residue left in this cup,
Nice.
and I poured coffee into
That's
it.
great. No,
So now I
that's
have
cool.
Cinnamon Toast coffee.
All right,
And
quick
it's not
story.
bad.
We had to go buy this box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and as we're walking, Nick's super fucking excited and casually, in the most Nick casual way, just goes, "Hey, you want me to go get some of that CT Crunch?" And I'm just like, I fucking love that you just called it CT Crunch that casually.
I love CT Crunch. First of all, I stole it from the Seth Rogen film, This Is the End,
Uh-huh.
when they're taking inventory of all their stuff, and he's like, one candle, 3 bottles of water, 1 box CT Crunch. I was like, I'm fucking calling it that forever. They're innovators.
They are.
Innovators.
They are.
That Seth Rogen
I know.
was great.
What do you think
Steve
of-
Wozniak.
What do you think? Was he? Did you watch Jobs?
Yeah, we went and saw Jobs in LA.
Okay.
We wanted to just sit for a second, so we saw a movie.
Okay.
It was good.
Did you didn't sleep through it like last time we were in LA?
No, we did
no,
not.
we actually
That's smart.
used
We were
it
pretty
for-
engaged. It's
yeah.
a pretty good movie.
Okay, good. Are you excited for Seth Rogen's new movie where he pukes in church?
I mean, he's just he's got so much range.
He's funny. I like him.
He is funny. He's a really talented guy. What were you gonna ask before that? You asked me something.
I don't know.
You were in the middle of a thought process. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
anymore.
This has just been
I love-
free flowing, bebopping, and jazzing it up out here.
It's not. The more and more I get to know you guys, the more and more I realize that we do have a lot of similarities. But I would say out of all of our idiosyncrasies, you have the most fascinating.
I have the
by
most
far.
entertaining one.
You do. And I'm not saying they're bad.
Yeah.
I love the fact that you were like, when I mentioned the word milk, you had such a guttural reaction to it that you almost threw something at my head. It was fun.
It's just like milk is like so. You want to talk about something I never fucking think about? It's milk. You know what I mean? You could all come in tomorrow and be like, milk hasn't been around in 5 years. And I'd be like, phew. I didn't know that,
love
but
it.
I believe it.
I'm a
I
big
could
fan.
believe it. I could totally see that. But then it's like you run into these psychos like yourselves who like milk, or Justin Davis from IGN who drinks milk with every dinner. And I was like, what the fuck
That's
is
weird.
wrong with you?
That's
I knew people like that.
We
really
asked
weird.
on GameScoop if it was weird back in the day, and
Yeah.
and there was a whole bunch of people like,
I
I do
drink
it
it,
too. I'm
though.
like, you guys are psychos.
I drink it and people think
nice,
that that's weird.
having a nice steak here. Better wash it down with this milk.
My
What the fuck's wrong with
my
you
buddy,
people?
my best friend growing
Mike
up.
Pope.
No, before Mike Pope, when I was even younger, when I lived in the old Colonial or whatever, I used to eat at their house all the time, and they would have milk with their food. And you weren't allowed to get out of the table unless all your food was done and you drank all your milk. And I was like,
There's
this is
something
weird.
about it
choking it
though.
down.
Milk coats your mouth in a certain way that I like.
Sure, no,
it's like it's a nice little like palate cleanse.
Whenever we do the hot pepper gaming, I'm happy milk exists.
Yeah.
Still. I'm happy the milk
No,
dried.
like,
I was just
so
talking about.
anytime
I'm
I
happy.
say that word, people in the comments give me shit.
milk,
Milk.
I say milk.
Yeah.
Milk.
you are saying it weird.
Milk.
It's like me with roof.
milk.
So it's
I'm
pronounced.
saying roof, but
it's
everything's
pronounced or it's written milk.
Yeah.
I guess I say it melk.
Yeah.
Milk.
Milk.
You say like Mel, like Mel's Diner.
Yeah.
milk.
I say milk like MILF.
Okay. You say it.
Milk. Milk. I'm gonna drink some milk.
Okay.
I'm on the roof.
Milk. Milk.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I'm weird as shit.
No, it's
No,
just
that's
a small.
fine.
It's a
It's a
small difference.
Because
geographic
it sounded
Difference.
like you were saying it
Milk.
until I asked you
Milk.
to say it.
Okay. Malik.
I just can't like trying to say milk
Milk.
is weird to me. Drinking milk.
Milk.
Do you like
good.
malted
Milk's
milk balls known as Whoppers?
Oh, I do fucking like
Oh,
Fuck yeah, you do.
they get
Colin was
they
over
get-
here
they
talking
get
shit on
overdone
Whoppers
sometimes.
too.
I like Whoppers, the cheeseburger Whopper.
Yeah, but what
I
about
don't.
them sweet ass candies? They come in a little. They come in a milk carton.
They overstay their welcome real quick.
Whoppers or
The
milk?
Whoppers?
Yeah.
Malted milk balls.
What? I
Yes.
do. No. Here's the genius marketing for the Whoppers. They used to sell them in a little milk carton looking thing. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Where you would undo the thing and then it was like, what?
The thing I just mentioned.
Did
yeah,
you? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The reason these were brought up.
Oh man, those are
stroke?
fucking. Those are amazing. Those are amazing.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, no, you didn't have Whoppers. You had fucking Sour Patch Kids. Motherfuck, those were good.
No, yeah. Whoppers are an experience because you get them and you eat them for a while, then you start playing games with them. Where you put them in, then
Yeah.
you suck all the chocolate off, or you put them in and you just try to pierce it with one tooth,
Uh-huh.
and then you let your saliva get in there and dissolve it from the inside. Man,
love
you get a carton of Whoppers, you got a good afternoon. You know what I'm saying?
You're in rare form today, huh?
Like, oh fuck.
You're
man.
really just a step above in a lot of different ways, Greg.
Thank
and
you, Colin.
I
It
can't
means
wait
a
to
lot.
write your story. I really
Today
can't.
seems drug induced. Maybe it was the CT
It's probably
Crunch.
the CT Crunch I had. I just had to get me two Shakespeare's cups full of CT Crunch. I'm all set to go.
They were a mighty cup.
Greg's been in rare form for
A
a
mighty
while, really. I mean, he was in rare form in San Diego, making fun of me because I was about to fall asleep during Colin and Greg Live. I had no idea what I was even doing.
Yeah, dude,
I was
Colin,
up so late.
you guys were working in LA. We went to San Diego, and so when we got to San Diego, the first thing we did was go to Polite Provisions and sit there for. I was there 5 hours drinking cocktails, and Colin stayed an additional 4. And so he rolled into Sony San Diego on 2 hours of sleep, hungover as shit, eyes bloodshot all to hell. And in the middle of the show, like he's trying to talk to me, and I just busted up laughing. I had to take a photo of his eye and tweet it out so people understood why I couldn't keep it together. And then I started. And then also, this is something we got to think about. I know you're happy here in the spare bedroom.
Sure.
It holds back my performance because we were there. I had a wireless lav on, and I was on a rolly chair, and I had all this room. I jumped out of the chair. I ran around. I called myself a tarantula. I was bebopping and scatting all over the fucking walls. You know what I'm saying?
Scatting all over the wall.
I knew what you were saying.
Speaking of cum shots,
I knew what you were saying right up to the point where you started comparing yourself to a tarantula and then used the term bebop and scat. It was a scatting?
Yeah, scat.
Like a scat
that's a
man?
sign. You're referencing Seinfeld with that.
Yeah,
quote,
yeah.
of course.
Oh no, I agree. We do need more.
You get me
space.
some
Be
freedom.
nice.
You get me some room out here, man.
I would love
I'd probably
I
lose
would love
weight.
a cam up. That would be nice instead of the door. I would love for it
Door
to
does what it
actually.
can. It does the best it can.
It would be nice to have someone actually shooting the show because then they could like punch in and have fun whenever we do shticks.
Sure.
You know, not that we really do that much. We normally just sit here and talk. But
Yeah, that'll be the day that
Every
we
once
have
in a while.
multiple cameras.
That'd be
and There's
great.
the wide, and then there's the one guy. Just
oh
like
yeah, there's the
following
one dude
us.
who's just like kicking
Yeah.
it back and forth. That's a hard job. You're gonna start to fall asleep real quick on that one.
Yeah, it happens.
So that's why I eat cereal dry.
All right.